Anything else on the computer we can use, Hoops? Sorry, Dad. The data has been scrambled by a circuit fry. We'll need more megahertz. The technobabble's great. We don't have time to decipher wingdings. Let's go. But yeah, so yeah, 15 just never really. Do you have to check everything, Dad? Well, Hoops, we're trying to find the blue key, but more importantly, we're trying to get the scoop. We want to know as much as we can about Spaulding, the prototype, Blood Moses, and anything else we can manage to learn. The scoop, huh? I'll remember that. Yeah, so 15 just never really resonated with me. I played probably like a good, I don't know, 6 to 8 hours or something like that of it on my PS4 when I borrowed the game from my buddy John, the one that wanted me to play Dark Souls. But I don't know, maybe it was because I played it right after Horizon Zero Dawn. It just felt really slow, and like part of that game that bothers me is it feels big for bigness's sake. Like there's just these big large areas that there's just nothing there. The world feels kind of static to me, and like I said, I played it right after Horizon Zero Dawn, and Horizon Zero Dawn felt more dense, and like the areas felt more alive. Like plants would sway, and like there's these robots everywhere, and like I don't know, it just felt like more of a living world, and Final Fantasy 15 never hit me like that. And I didn't like it. And it's on Xbox Game Pass, so like I have the opportunity to play through it now beginning to end if I want to. I don't know, I'm a little burnt out on RPGs right now because I did a couple back to back. I even tried to go back to what's that one on the Switch? Octopath Traveler. I tried to go back to that one, and I tried to go back to Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I think that's what that game's called. And I'm RPG'd out. Especially Final Fantasy 3 was just like an old school RPG in every sense of it. Like it's a bit of a slog. And hopefully I'll do a video on it later. I'd like to do a video on a lot of the games that I've been playing recently, like I said, with changing up the channel format. If I can get into the swing of things with this new schedule, then I'll let you guys know about that one. But spoiler alert, it's mediocre. Like, it's not a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. Final Fantasy 3 was actually a fairly decent game. And the remake of it did make it a lot more accessible, but it plays very slow. There's a lot of choices that they made with the level up systems and stuff that it baffles me. And I get it because, like, when the game came out, that's how games were. We were still learning how to make them, you know? But I wish that the updated version, I played the PSP version. I wish that it had been a bit more modernized, kind of like the Final Fantasy 4 update was. I wish they had done the same thing with 3. And then I started playing Final Fantasy 6 as well on the GBA. But it's not I'm not like powering through it. I've beaten that game like 7 times, so it doesn't really matter, but it's just something to do on breaks at work because I can bring my SP with me. Wait, look, something's in here. It looks like a Zauber. Time Zauber. This is an old Octoroon saying. There's an old Octoroon saying, Barkley. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Words to live by, Balthios. Words to live by. I don't know if I have to use that as an item or not. No, it doesn't look like it. Unless I have to equip it, maybe? It's not as good as the one that I have on, I guess. I don't know. Oh well. What's up here? What are these computers? It looks like they are used to be the central data processing hub for Spaulding. All the data that went out of their computer started here. It looks like most of the stuff was sports stats, who's MVP, who's got the most points scored, who has the most rebounds, stuff like that. They've also got info on individual bowlers too. Let's see. Charles Barkley. Oops, no. Here we go. Let's see what it says. Name, Charles Barkley. Date of birth, 2/20/1963. So, like, in this game, he's like 90 years old. Like, blood type B. Muscles, 10/10. Gumption, unlimited. Danger, 9 out of 10. That's funny because he almost destroyed the world, so you'd think he'd be 10 out of 10. Weapon, deadly B-ball. Special moves, Chaos Dunk. Charles Barkley is the only human alive capable of performing the legendary and enigmatic Chaos Dunk, a move shrouded in mystery. Although little is known about the move, it has been gathered by Spalding intelligence that the dunk is devastatingly powerful. That's enough, Hoops. I'm sorry, it's just that... Charles, it's okay. Come on, we better get moving. He almost learned the dark secret. Can I check out more sports stats on this, Dad? Now's not the time, Hoops. Perhaps if we ever find ourselves in a more peaceful time, maybe then you can look up sports stats. Maybe all of us can once this is over, guys. Oh, it's you again. Thought I'd catch you here, taking a tour of the Spalding building, huh? Just don't make a racket. Look, I shouldn't be telling you this, but some of the scientists are going to try out the latest model of their prototype later today, so they're a little edgy. You don't want to get in their way. Leonard, what the hell are you talking about? Nobody's here. The Spalding building's been abandoned since the Purge. Purge? What are you talking about? I've worked here for 16 years. Hey, it's getting late. You don't want to keep the master waiting. You know how he gets. Catch you guys later. What the hell is going on? Is this guy in his own world or what? Something's seriously wrong here. It's like he doesn't even know about the Purge. He could have some post-traumatic stress disorder or something, and he's reliving his day over and over again. He's probably fucking bonkers. A lunatic or something. Whatever. We gotta get going. Oops. Alright. So we gotta kill this dude in the back first. Yeah, so like one of the things that Final Fantasy 3 did that like I really didn't like is Final Fantasy 3, as far as I know, I could be wrong about this because I've never played 2 beyond the first like 5 minutes of it on the PS1 remake. I believe it's the first Final Fantasy game that had a job system, and the downside of it is that like you level up your jobs so slowly, and to the point that like I kept my guys in the same job almost the entire game. Like I did a fighter, and then whatever the upgraded version of fighter is, white mage, the updated version of white mage, black mage, the updated version of black mage, and monk and the updated version of monk. But the problem is that like you level up so slowly in the game for your stats that, or for your jobs, that like it's not even worth it for some of the jobs. Like by the time you get the second form of white mage, black mage, and monk, you are literally one dungeon away from the end of the game. And even with sitting around and power leveling and grinding, like I was only able to get, like my monk level up to that point was like 99. It was maxed out. That was one of the only jobs that I had maxed out. And then you go into this last place and you're like, once you switch jobs, your stats drop drastically, and then it takes so long to like re-level them up that it's just not even worth it. I didn't even for black mage and white mage I did, because you need to use the upgraded form to use the best spells in the game. But for the monk, I was just like, screw it, I'll just use the regular monk instead of the upgraded form. And it's a little bit disappointing because the jobs do look like they're cool, but the game discourages you so much from experimenting. Unless you want to put like 9,000 hours into this game that doesn't need to be that long because it's not that deep of a game, then, and it's just completely worthless. I don't know why that no one stopped. It's like, oh wait, like people would have to be like level, I think I finished the game at level maybe like mid 50s probably. I think it was mid-50s, mid to late 50s, for my character levels. You would have to be like level 99 to be able to max stuff out, and that's with me grinding a lot. Like, I grinded a ton in that game. Basically, I would just, when I was watching TV with my wife, I would just have it on auto battle and just walk in circles leveling up until I used up all my heal spells, and then go sleep in an inn and do it again for hours, and that still wasn't enough. Like, I don't know. It's just very grindy, very old school RPG. Progress report 121-2040. The near Jordan levels of B-ball that the test subject is exhibiting are both fascinating and horrifying on a physiological standpoint. We have in our hands a tool that could bring the game to a new height and harken a new golden era. Conversely, it has the potential I think it's supposed to have 2 in there, to destroy society as we know it. Indeed, the parallels between this and the ultimate B-ball are frightening. So wait, how come they were making it if they didn't want to? I don't think that Dr. Cosby didn't want to create this ball hoops. He was pondering the philosophical and ethical possibilities presented by it. Philosophy, huh? That's never really been my game. I see within you the potential to become one of the post-cyber apocalypse's greatest philosophers, Hoops Barkley. I'll have to think about that. That's why he's a good philosopher. Damn, another broken computer. I don't think I can fix this one, Dad. The flex drive's external hypercircuitry has been rerouted beyond repair. If I could get to the CPU access memory, I'd be able to encrypt some data nodes, but I don't think we have time for that. It's okay, son. You did your best, and that's what counts. Again, excellent technobabble. Now this is the lava screen. That's the test subject we kept reading about. I like that it's literally just the hoops animation from the beginning of the game. My god, that must be the prototype. Look at his pivots, his slides. They're perfect. I've only seen these kind of jams one other time in my life. The Space Jam. Yes, I'm positive that this is indeed the prototype. It is the only tool capable of countering whatever Blood Moses has planned. We're wasting time. We need to find this ball before it's too late. The Space Jam. I'm feeling strange again, Dad. I am too, son. Stay close. We're going to be out of here as quick as we can. Increase jam capacity to 300%. Stand by. It is amazing, isn't it, Cosby? Yes, Davis. It is indeed amazing, but I can't help feel that something about it is wrong. Worried again? How many times do I have to tell you, Cosby? Nothing will go wrong. Oh no! Something went wrong! Holy shit, what the hell was that? Clispius Christ. The test subject. He's performed a chaos dunk. Dear Lord, what have we done, Cosby? What have we done? Someone call a doctor. Emergency, code red. Call a doctor. It's too late for that. He's gone, Davis. Something happened here. I can't quite put my finger on it. I do too, Barkley. Something terrible. It's probably just superstition. We should move on. Sorry I keep messing with my collar. This is my pajama shirt and it's like all stretched out and crap beyond repair, so I didn't want to get dressed like just to record the video. Let's see here. Oh, I'm supposed to be attacking that guy in the back, I guess. I'll just have Barkley and the cyber dwarf deal with him. I guess I didn't need Barkley. We all need Barkley, technically. Glad the hits are so bad on that. It can screw you over. I'm curious how much time this guy put into making this game. Like, there's a lot of systems in it that it seems like he would have had to build himself. So I've got to imagine it's got to be a decent amount of time. Plus just like making a coherent story, and like even though the backgrounds and stuff are simple, like I taught a class at one of my schools about making an RPG in RPG Maker. I think we used like 2010 or something like that, which I would imagine is a comparable tool set to what they're using on here. And even just sticking with like the basic art assets, basic battle systems, basic tile sets, and just building the game. Like I made a demo for my kids that was literally just like the castle you started in, you were given a quest, you went to a town, got some town members, went to a dungeon that had 2 floors, and that took a super long time. I mean, granted, I wasn't familiar with what I was doing, so I was learning it as I went, so it did take a while, but just that short little time, it takes a lot of time, especially if this guy did this by himself, like, and presumably he did all the music, some of the art assets, the animations, even if they look kind of crappy and simple, of like the guy bouncing the basketball, like, you still have to make it, like, so downloading those sweet Gatorade art assets, like, it took time and work, so I'm curious how long it took him to finish this. This computer has its data perimeters encrypted with megahertz. Let's disable it real fast. We're in. Let's take the report here. I know you can do it, son. What does it say? Report 2/18/2040. Despite the small-scale chaos dunk, the master says we must continue working on the prototype. Measures must be taken to make this b-ball safer. Weaker. We cannot have another incident like this on our hands. I am considering leaving Spaulding forever, cleaning my hands of this. If I had known that I would be playing God when I began working for Spaulding, I never would have accepted the job. Cosby. Dear Lord, a chaos dunk. This test subject must have... But that's impossible. You are the only man capable of the... There is no question in my mind that this ball is entirely capable of countering the ultimate b-ball now. The question is, are we? I am. Good. Then let's get going. Mulling over this b-ball's power will get us nowhere. He's right. You have to stop doing this, Barkley. You'll get diabetes or something. Give me a minute. There's something in here. Holy shit, Balthios. Look at this thing. It's a gun. Got one final gun. Let me see that. It says final gun on it. Looks pretty dangerous. Yeah, it does. Weren't there people back in Proto-Neo, New York who were looking for this? Yeah, I think so. Maybe we should take it back to them and get a reward. Or maybe we should keep it. This thing looks really powerful. I think Hoops could use it. It's your call. I don't really care. Well, I'll equip it. I'll equip it now, and then we'll see how it goes. I don't remember what the reward was for giving the final gun in.